Christmas came early. I'm sorry, had to use that. It's obvious. But Florida State gets a gift on Christmas Eve in the form of another offensive lineman. This time, it's Ole Miss offensive tackle Micah Pettus, who says yes to Florida State via the transfer portal. Joining me to talk about that is Michael Langston, lead recruiting analyst for Warchant.com. My name is Tom Lang. Hit the like button if you're enjoying and you're feeling in the festive spirit of the holidays. Michael, this is a literally massive human being that Florida State just brought in and closed out of the portal. Tell us about Micah Pettus and what Florida State just got.
Yeah, really good addition. Really big addition. Certainly, I was around him a lot when he officially visited FSU for 2 days. It felt like he was never going to leave, and now he won't. He's committed to FSU, and just a guy that really, when you watch him, moves people around a lot. Very athletic for a guy that size, and moves really well. You can pull him. His power to move people off the line to where you want. Think that's certainly a welcome addition for FSU when it comes to the rushing attack that we know they're going to really focus highly on as far as in the upcoming years. So I think he adds a lot to just what you want to do running the ball, but also just a really athletic dude for that size, 6'7", like 350 or something like that. But overall, just a massive pickup for FSU. Gives them 3 now, and now it's kind of what I discussed earlier of, in our earlier videos, that you're getting to the point of what you wanted, which is 3 or 4 in this early cycle, and maybe they add another one in the in the fourth window or the January window with like a center. That's kind of probably my next. I think their focus is the center position, and then I think if they get that somehow in January, I think they're in excellent shape to add the number of guys they want.
So according to the bio that I see here on Ole Miss, he's got 2 years to play. So this isn't a one and done type player. Michael, if you were to rank, because you're right now shopping for the holiday.
Of course.
Portal season takes a little break. I think this is year 2 or 3 in a row that we got one of these videos when you're shopping. So
tradition, man. It's tradition.
So in that spirit, if Florida State had a wish list for Christmas, and let's not include Juice Robinson because we all know that he was at the top or among the guys that are at the top, where would Pettus rank on the shopping list? Would they be getting to it pretty soon during their shopping?
Yeah, I would think he'd be high up there in the top 3 for me when I look at it, just because he's a guy that can, with his range and what he does, both as a pass protector and then certainly as a run. I mean, because that's really the thing. I mean, I talked about, all off season was this team has to find a way to run the ball. And when you have this massive human being, this athletic dude that's going to clear space, and like I said, he moves people around at a high rate. His PFF grades are really solid from what I saw. So an experienced guy that's going to add a lot right away. So I think he has to be in your top 3, in my opinion, of just additions of what they have. And I think it says a lot about, what they've done in this portal kind of cycle, because we really didn't know how many they were going to get, or offensive linemen, or even in general, total, because you're coming off a 2-10 season. You're fighting teams that are much more productive on the field than FSU, and certainly I think when you look at their group, especially the offensive line, all 3 of those guys, really solid experienced guys that are going to add a lot to your offensive line. I mean, you add up the amount of snaps that all 3 of these guys have. I think it's pretty damn impressive as far as what they've done so far with the offensive line. And as I said, I wrote an article on it. This success of this portal is going to depend on what they do at the edge position and what they do at the offensive line position. I think so far, they're hitting on it pretty well. You got 3 offensive linemen. You got 2 edge guys, although you might even count Stephon Thompson as an edge guy because he can do both edge and linebacker. But I think overall they've addressed a lot of what they need. And then they got some exciting boom picks like, Deuce Robinson to really electrify your offense. So I think it's they're addressing pretty much, I think it's kicking in exactly, close to what they wanted. There's a few guys. I mean, obviously you're going to have misses, but I think overall, I mean, you look at the guys they've added, that's it's been very impressive run so far.
So there was news on Christmas Eve that Ethan Onyanwa committed to Ohio State out of the transfer portal. I know that he was on campus over the weekend, and Florida State was giving a good message. It sounded like he was impressed by the visit, but he decides to go elsewhere. So it sounds like, barring a development, maybe Michael, from a team that has a head coaching change or a playoff team, that this might be it for now for Florida State on the offensive line. Or do you want to treat it as never say never?
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, I think that's very, very fair as far as who gets eliminated in the playoffs. Maybe you have something there, but hard to say that they would add somebody unless there's a lot of ties to them and they don't really need to visit FSU, because you can't really visit until January. But
Right.
I would say at least till January, outside of somebody that has really strong ties to FSU and the staff. That's like, you know what, I don't need to visit. I know what this school is. I'm ready to commit. I think you're probably waiting till January 1st to really see, some movement of adding on to, guys. And I wrote an article. It's probably going to go up and, later today or later on, maybe on Christmas. But it's just about, kind of what's left. And, you could see like, between 5 to 7, more additions in this class if everything, checks off right, because you still want to add, edge or two, and then you still want to add a linebacker in this class, I think, to finish it off. And then there's other spots where, offensive line, you want to keep adding to that. But it now it makes it where everything's attainable to you meeting what you wanted to do as far as needs. We didn't know that before, where, hey, are they going to meet every single need? I thought they would come, fairly close, but so far I think they're on path to get what they want.
Which is huge. And I know that, Michael, you would agree with me that it sounds like, in terms of the NIL presence, they've been aggressive here to make sure that they get these things achieved. If you want to be aggressive for the holiday season and join us here at warchant.com, the premium recruiting board, we got a couple of ways for you to do that. If you have not signed up for warchant.com yet, enjoy, won't you please, the 150 special. It's $1 for 7 days of access to try us out. Take a look at the largest FSU fan community in the business at warchant.com. Michael Langston's premium recruiting board. He and Matt Lasser do a wonderful job there. The Tribal Council with all the team content, like the coaching changes and news and notes about what Florida State has been doing off of the football field to revamp its off the field staff and on the field staff. And of course, the great content that we have. Columns and insider notes, all of those things available to you at warchant.com. If you're already a member, well, why don't you join us for Warchant Gold and the ad-free experience? If you upgrade to the ad-free experience, $20 come back to you from Garnet and Gold, a $20 gift card to Garnet and Gold, plus a 15% off Garnet and Gold gift code that is good for the term of your membership. Every purchase you make, 15% off at Garnet and Gold. So if you're already a subscriber, here's a benefit for you. If you love the channel and you want to get involved and start mixing it up with other FSU fans in the forums, you sign up right now for the 150 special. Michael, we appreciate you making the time for us while you're shopping. Here's hoping that your list gets crossed off in a timely fashion. And Merry Christmas to you, good sir.
Yeah, and I would add too, like, now we're shifting to the high school market. You have several top guys. I think even they're one of their top targets. Chaston Brown even tweeted about the addition of Pettus, that like, hey, FSU's got something going on there. I like what they're doing, and then they're after 5-star Ty Haywood. So I think that also leads into like why I feel like they're going to wait to the January window for maybe more portal guys, where I think there's going to be an emphasis on these high school kids, and it's going to be more excitement. And like I said, I think they're going to get some guys probably to finish off that 2025 class. That high school kind of starts open in January as well, where guys are going to take official visits and stuff like that. So stay tuned to Warchant. Merry Christmas to all you guys. I hope all you got all your Christmas shopping and didn't have to wait like I did at the last minute. But trust me, guys, if I do this every year, I would love it. I don't mind sitting in the whatever parking lot I'm at and giving you guys good news. So hopefully I can continue to do that, and hopefully it is tradition every year. So Merry Christmas to everybody.
Let us rejoice and be glad, everybody. Head over to warchant.com for more information on this story. And as Michael said, on premium recruiting, as yes, we're only a week away from 2025, and Florida State looking to close in style on that class. Hit the like button underneath the video. Subscribe to Warchant TV, absolutely free, and you'll find us on your home screen. For Michael, I'm Tom. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, everybody. We'll talk to you next time right here on Warchant TV.